Guys, join me as I teach you how to cut and sew this kaftan BUBU dress with a tight waist and side slit. So the pictures on the side is the inspiration, while the one at the middle is the one I recreated. If this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching, and please don't forget to like, comment and share. So you are going to be needing about 3 yards of crepe or chiffon material to recreate this beautiful BUBU kaftan dress on the screen. So for me, I have about 4 yards here, so I'm going to be cutting out 1 yard. This fabric here is red chiffon. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, be it chiffon, crepe, silk, whatever material you want to use, be it flower or play. So you can use any one of your choice. Now let me show you how you are going to be folding your fabric. First of all, you are going to be picking the edge of your fabric, then you place it together like this and fold it into two. Once you are done folding it into two, you go ahead and pick the edge like this and this other side again and fold it into two again. So this is going to make it 4 pieces. With this, you'll be able to cut both the back and the front together at once. So once you are done folding it, go ahead and iron out your fabric. It is very important for you to iron. Now I'm going to be placing this on the floor so that you guys can see what I'm going to be doing properly with, because this is wider than my table. Once you are done folding your fabric into 4, you are going to observe that one side of the fabric is going to have opening like this and the other side is going to be closed all through like this part here. So I'm going to be taking my measurement starting from this part to this other side. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark the wideness of the neckline. So for this dress, you can make use of any neckline of your choice, but for me, I'm going to be making use of round neckline. So I'll go ahead and mark 3.4 inches for the wideness. If your neck is not too big, make use of 2.5 inches or 3 inches depending on what you have been using for your round neckline. Then for the depth, I'm going to mark 3.4 inches as well. Once I'm done marking it, I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. Once I'm done connecting the points together, I will place my tape on the shoulder line. I'll go ahead and mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. After marking it, I will place my tape on the shoulder line and mark the length of my sleeve. So this BUBU kaftan dress has a continuation sleeve. Now for the sleeve, I'm going to be making use of what I have here, the remaining length I have here. I will mark it like this. Then I'm going to place my tape on this point I mark here. I will mark my shoulder slope, which is 1.7 inches. So you can go ahead and make use of 1 inch or 1.5 inches. Then after marking it, I'll go ahead and connect a slant line from the neck width to the shoulder slope like this. Once I'm done marking the shoulder slope, I will place my tape on the shoulder slope at the edge here like this. I will mark how wide I want the sleeve to be. So for this dress, I'm going to be making use of 6.5 inches, and that is what I mark. If you want yours to be wider, you can go ahead and mark what you want. Then I'll place my tape on the shoulder line. I will mark my half length, which is 16 inches. I will mark it like this. I will come to this other side and also mark it. Then I'll connect the points together. After connecting the points together, I will divide my waist measurement by 4. I will mark it on this line here. My waist measurement divided by 4 is 8.75. I will mark it. After I was done folding my fabric into 4, I realized that around the down area, one was shorter, like it was not as wide as the rest. So this is just me marking out where that particular inner one stop. So I will mark it at the top. So I'm going to place my tape on this point here. I'm going to mark in 2 inches, like I will mark 2 inches inward. Now I'm going to connect a slant line from that 2 inches to this point here. Once I'm done connecting it, I will place my tape on this waistline here. This point here is where I'm going to be sewing the inner belt on. That is why I have to divide my waist by 4 and mark it. So I'm going to place my finger here like this. Then I will flip it to the other side and also mark that particular point at the back so that I will know where I'm going to be sewing the inner belt. Then I'll go ahead and curve the armhole area like this. After curving it, I'm going to place my tape on the waistline. I'm going to mark half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4.025. I will mark it here. So divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2 and mark it on the waistline. Now from that point, I'm going to mark 10 inches downward like this. After marking 10 inches, I will place my tape on this 10 inches line. I will mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 as well. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this. So I will go ahead and highlight this 10 inches line properly well. So I'm going to place my tape around the hem area here like this. I will mark my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. After marking it, I will mark a straight line from there to the 10 inches line I marked. Just go ahead and connect a straight line. So I'm going to tear this part open, like I'm going to cut it open. So before I cut it open, I'll go ahead and cut out the shoulder, the neckline. Then I will also go ahead and cut out the side. Now before cutting out the armhole area, I went down by 1 inch. That 1 inch is going to be for joining allowance, both for the round armhole and the shoulder. So at the side, I wanted to cut through where I mark. Okay, after cutting it, I will go ahead and remove the inner one. The inner one is going to be serving as the back, so I'm going to be working on the front part again. But before I cut the slit, I will place the fabric on my body as if maybe I'm wearing it. So I will check if the slit is going to be on my right leg side, because that is where I want the slit to be. Now that I have confirmed it that is going to be on my right leg side, I'll go ahead and spread it open on the floor again. So I'll go ahead and cut it open. Then I'm going to stop it on that 10 inches line and mark. Please just make sure you stop it there. So once I was done, at this point I went ahead to curve the down area because I didn't want it to be straight. So I went ahead to curve it and cut it out. But later on, I went ahead to fold it into 2 again like this. Just make sure where the slit is where you are folding it to like this. Okay, so I'm going to be marking a slant line from this point here to that 10 inches line. So I'm going to be placing my long ruler on it like this and connect a slant line. So I'll just go ahead and connect from the hemline to that 10 inches line. So after I'm done, I'll go ahead and cut it open like this. Though the dress I am recreating, they did not slant it like this, so no. The only thing they did was to cut it straight like the first cutting we did. So if you want yours to be straight like that, just leave it. But if you want yours to be slant like this, you can just go ahead and cut it slant. I only did this because I didn't like the cover added around the down part, that's all. So guys, I am just coming back from the market. I went ahead to weave the slit at the front, as you can see. I also went ahead to weave the side, the shoulder. The only part I did weave is the neckline because I'm going to be turning it with a bias. Once you are done weaving it, go ahead and iron it. It is very important for you to iron out everything so that it will not be squeezed, just like as you can see me doing. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to work on this 10 inches line I mark here where I'm going to be adding the ruche. So I've gone ahead to cut out this piece of fabric. So the length that I have here is 11 inches. Remember what we mark on our fabric is 10 inches. I added 1 inch to it and the wideness is 2 inches. So what I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and fold this side in with ½ inch. Then I'll go ahead and iron it. Please pay close attention. So I'll also go ahead and fold this other side in with ½ inch. I will iron it. Once I'm done ironing it, I will take this to the sewing machine. I will fold the edge like this down part. I will fold it in with ½ inch. After folding it in, I will sew it, like I will stitch it down. So before I stitch it, I will just go ahead and iron it like this. Okay, then I will also go ahead and fold the top like this just to make the edge very neat. If you have weaving machine, you can go ahead and weave it. Okay, as I took my dress to the market to weave it and I forgot to go alongside with this small one. So after I am done, I will just go ahead and measure what I have here. If it's up to 10 inches, okay, what I have here is 10 inches, which is perfect. So I will take it to the sewing machine now and stitch it down. Then I will also go ahead and stitch the down. I hope you guys understand. So guys, I'm done stitching it. I will open up my fabric like this. This is the back part of the fabric. So this part that I iron in is going to be facing the wrong side of the chiffon. The back part of the chiffon is going to be facing the back part of what I ironed. So I'm going to face it on it like this. I hope you guys understand. So I'll go ahead and pin it down like this. After pinning it, make sure you place it on the middle of that slit very well. I will take it to the sewing machine. I will stitch down the side like this, the edge. I will stitch it down. Then I will also go ahead and stitch down this edge here, this other side. Then I will go ahead and sew it at the middle. So I'm going to be having 2 holes at the middle. So you are going to be sewing it in 3 different places, the 2 sides and the middle. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it looks like. Let me zoom it out for you guys to see properly where you can see the sewing. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing next is to go ahead and sew the stripe I'm going to be adding. Now for the stripes, I've gone ahead to cut out this piece of fabric. The wideness is 1 inch, and I'm going to place the two stripes together like this and measure out the length I want to cut. So I made use of 30 inches for the length. I will just cut out the excess, and I also felt like it was too long. Now I'm going to be using my bias maker to convert this to a bias, but if you don't have a bias maker, you can go ahead and buy a bias in the market. Like any color of the dress you're making, just buy the color of the bias and use it to like fold it and use it for your stripe. Or if you want to cut out a piece of fabric and also use, just go ahead and do what you can do. So for me, I made use of my bias maker, so I've gone ahead to make my own bias. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is to take this to the sewing machine. I will fold the edge in like this. After folding it in for it to be neat, then I'll go ahead and fold it into two again like this and sew it from the start to the end. So if you want to make your own in a way that you can turn it, go ahead and do that. So this is just me folding it. I'll fold it into two as already explained. Then I'll go ahead and sew close to the edge just to make it very neat. I'm only going to be folding one part, that is the top. So I'll just go ahead and sew it to the hem without folding the last part inward. Okay, so guys, I have gone ahead to fold the stripes as I already explained to you guys. Now I want to fold one part inward just for it to be neat, while this other side I did not fold it inward, so this part is kind of rough. Now just pay attention. I'm going to be using my pin, this pin here. I'll just pin it on the rough side. Please, on the rough side, the part that you did not fold in, just go ahead and use your safety pin or whatever pin you want to use to hold it down. Pin it on it. Then I'm going to pass it through the space I left here. Okay, from the down, from the slit part to the top, just pass it from the down to the top. Then once you're done passing it through it, go ahead and use your pin and pin, like to secure the stripe down with the fabric. Just use your pin and pin it down. Okay, after pinning it, I will go ahead and remove this stripe pin inserter, be what they call it, I don't know. So I'll also go ahead and use it to pin this other side. I will pin the rough side. Okay, that is the part I did not fold in. Then I will pass it through the other channel, through the other hole here. So I will bring it out. Then I'll also go ahead and pin it down. I will remove the stripe inserter, or what they call it, I don't know. So after pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch the two stripes down. Okay, just stitch it down very well. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. I'll go ahead and cut out this little excess here. So after cutting it out, I'll just go ahead and drag it. By the time you're done sewing it on it and drag it, this is how it's going to look like. Can you see it? So I'll just go ahead and arrange it properly well again, because we are not done sewing the dress. Now that I'm done with this, the next thing I'm going to be working on is to sew the belts, which we are going to be using to tie the front part of the bubu to our body. Now I'm going to place my tape on the shoulder and measure from there to this point, this line, that is my waistline. Remember I marked it earlier. Then I also told you guys to mark it on this other side. So I will just go ahead and measure what I have there and also mark it here like this, so that the lines will be equal. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I've gone ahead to cut out these two bands. So the wideness is 4 inches. You can make use of any wideness of your choice, and the length is about 30 inches. So if you are very big, you can make use of at least more than 30 inches. If you're not too, so what I use is 30 inches. Just do what you want. So I'll go ahead and fold it into two. After folding it, I will sew this part in with 1/2 inch. Then I'll go ahead and sew the side from the start to the end with 1/2 inch. I will do the same thing for the other one. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. So I will go ahead and turn this out from the part I did not close. Okay, I'll just go ahead and turn it to the front like this. I will also turn the other one. After turning it, I will go ahead and iron it. I hope you guys understand. So once I was done ironing it, this is how it looked like. Now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I will fold this part that I did not close earlier. I will fold it in with 1/2 inch. Then I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch it down just to make this part very neat. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other side. So guys, I've gone ahead to sew it. Now I'm going to sew the band to the top. Please, when you want to place it on it, go ahead and flip it to the side like this and place it on it. Okay, flip the band to the side, place it on it and pin it down. Then if you also want to pin this other side, this other band, if you want to pin it to this other side, also flip it to the side, like flip it to the side like this and pin it down. If you don't understand what I'm saying, watch what I just did, you understand. After pinning it, I will take it to the sewing machine and stitch it down. Then I also stitch this other side down. I hope you guys understand. Once I'm done sewing it, I'll go ahead and sew the neckline of the front. I will turn it with a bias. Then I'll also go ahead and sew the back. But for the back, I realized that the neckline is not going to pass through my head because there's no zip. So I'll go ahead and fold the back BUBU kaftan dress into two like this. After folding it into two, I will iron the middle like this. So after ironing it, I will place my tape on the neck depth. I will mark 4 inches downward. After marking 4 inches, I will go ahead and cut it open. Please take note, I'm only doing this because the neckline of this dress is not going to pass through my head. Now, if you don't want to add slit to the back part of your own BUBU kaftan dress, you can go ahead and increase the width of your neckline and the depth so that it will easily pass through your head. Now that I'm done cutting it open, I will just turn it to the front part of the dress like this. Then I'll go ahead and use my bias to turn the V neckline like this. Now I'm going to be placing the right side of the bias to the right side of the fabric. Please take note, this is a chiffon dress and it does not have front nor back, so I'm going to be picking any part as the front. So this is just me sewing the right side of the bias to the right side of the fabric. Once you get to the V-neck part, just go ahead and lift this thing at the back of your machine up. I forgot the name. Lift it up, then properly go ahead and arrange it like this, then bring it down. Please, if you know the name, tell me at the comment section. So I'll go ahead and sew it like this. After sewing it, I will go ahead and cut out the excess. Then I will use this other part to close this part like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Just like when you are turning the neckline of your dress, okay, the way you will just close it, that is what I'm also doing here. Now this is going to be a little bit kind of stressful if you are just a beginner, so I would advise you should make sure the width and the depth of your neckline is a little bit wide so that it will pass through your head if you don't want to pass through this stress. So after sewing it, I wanted to iron it. So after ironing it, I'll just go ahead and trim out the excess here. Then I'll go ahead and use this bias to turn the neckline like this. Just make sure it is very neat. So once I'm done turning it, I will go ahead and use my pin to pin it together. I'm going to be sewing pin, like I'm going to be sewing hook there to hook it when I want to wear it. So I will place the front part of the BUBU and the back part together. I will go ahead and pin the shoulder. Make sure the right side of the fabrics are both facing each other. After pinning the shoulder, I will sew it with 1/2 inch. Then I also go ahead and sew this other side with 1/2 inch. So guys, I'm done sewing it. This is just me ironing the shoulder. Okay, I love ironing a lot because I always love when my work is very neat. Go ahead and iron it once you're just sewing it. So once I was done ironing it, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and fold the sleeve area. Okay, I'll just go ahead and fold it in with 1/2 inch. I've already weaved the sleeve before, so I'm not going to be folding it like 2 times. I will just go ahead and fold it once and sew it. I will do the same thing for the other side. So guys, I'm done sewing it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to shaping it. So I'll go ahead and arrange the sides together like this. Then I'll go ahead and sew from the sleeve area downward with 1/2 inch. From the start to the end, I will sew it with 1/2 inch. Then I'll also go ahead and sew this other side with 1/2 inch. I'm not going to be folding the hem of the gown because I've already weaved it. So that is what I'm going to be doing. After that, I'll go ahead and sew the hook at the back. Okay, so this is just me sewing it. Just take your time, sew it. Once I done sewing it, iron it. So guys, once you are done wearing it, this is how it's going to look like. Let me show you how to style it. So take your hand inside your BUBU like this and tie the waist belt. Once you are done tying it, this is how it's going to look like. The back is going to be like a BUBU and the front will be tight. Then you are going to drag this stripe upward, like just drag it up to have that ruched effect around that part. So once you are done sewing it, this is how the gown is going to look like. Now if you want the inner pants or skirt to be showing, then you will need to bring out one leg just like as the model did. You can see that she even went ahead to use one hand to hold the gown and flip it to one side so that the inner pants or skirt will show. So for me, I rocked mine with skirt. I already have a well detailed tutorial on how to make the skirt. If you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it. I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please go ahead and like, comment and share. This is really going to help my algorithm a lot. I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.